UV-free. A moon of little importance. Its air was thick, curling off its vast oceans of methane. It was of little importance until the war began. The Empire was struggling to hold the advance of the Terran filth that was leeching off its borders. So he placed a secret weapons testing facility on the planet, hidden beneath its surface. The massive orbital gun would be exposed for a standard minute at most, before destroying its target to be hidden once more. A minute to fire, 5 to reload. I am Admiral MOG. My mission? Defend UV-free from the Terran menace. If only it were that simple. The filthy monkeys barely engaged my fleet in the opening of the battle. Instead, their forces deployed on the far side of the moon, the exact opposite of the cannon. They excel at ground warfare, so it made sense to start off with what they were good at. Luckily, they cannot breathe methane like us. They are limited to oxygen. So, it would be a while for them to scurry their way to our facility. But I left the ground defense to General Tog, my brood brother. I received a message before the fleets met in combat. Standing in the center of the frame with a steaming mug of roasted bean water, or coffee, as the Terrans called it in hand, was a female Terran in the later years of her species' life cycle. Her ice-blue eyes appeared tired for a Terran. I was about to speak before she took a drink of her coffee. Loudly. "We need to get that latte machine fixed ASAP," she muttered. An engineer saluted her and ran out of frame. I can't stand instant coffee. I tried to begin once more. "Too early for the usual, you are inferior to our shtick. I'm only sending this message as per protocol, as we're sending our troops down to your moon," she began, setting the mug of disappointment down on a flat surface. "In reality, I just want this over as soon as we possibly can." I received a communication from General Tog. "Alert! Multiple ships leaving orbit. Multiple lifeforms detected." I ordered a scan of the surface via our shortwave hive mind comms. Scans showed not a single Terran on the planet. Something felt off. So, instead of the usual method of engagement, I was given the green light to destroy the military target known as... She squinted at her datapad. UV-free, by any means necessary. I ordered the facility to prepare for orbital bombardment. "Commo, get the salamander on the line," the woman said. "Yes, Admiral Peterson." "Salamander on screen," a disembodied voice said, before the image of another Terran showed up on screen. "Hey, Helen, what's the news?" the male Terran asked, a smile showing through his silver beard. "Hey, George, I'm activating the Brannigan contingency," the now-named Helen Pearson said. George pressed a series of buttons next to him. "Primed and ready, ma'am," George said. I received word that the facility had finished their defensive preparations. I sighed with relief. No orbital bombardment could touch them. My brood brother was safe. "Launch the Devil Seed," Helen said. That was an odd name. What could it mean? A single projectile fired from the HMS Salamander. It broke through orbit. I knew the following barrage would come afterwards. This was simply the first shot, firing for effect on target. General Zog ordered it to be shot down. Our point defense system fired a single round. Before that round even touched the projectile, it detonated the moment it hit atmosphere. It was as if a new sun had been born before my very eyes. The methane in the air wasn't nearly enough to cause such a sight. This must have been a new Terran weapon. Communications with the facility were still going strong, but the fire wasn't dying down. "Yeah, looks like we're done here. Good luck putting that out in the next..." She checked her datapad again. 50 years. 50 years? My shock must have been obvious. Yeah, the Devil Seed usually only burns a planet for about a month, but seeing as it's a moon and was, saturated with methane and ethane gases, is a whole different calculation, Helen said. More sensor pings lit up in deep space. A fleet nearly 10 times larger than the first, and 5 times larger than ours, was coming out of FDL. A cold dread took my soul. This was the actual fleet. We just lost an entire moon to a scouting flotilla. The Terrans are far more intelligent than I gave them credit for. They make weapons and keep them until they have a use, such as their Devil Seed. It appears to, for lack of any better word. It sets the air on fire. Terrans are insane.